Well, we're working our way through our picks this week for the Wyndham Championship on the PGA Tour. We've given you our top 10 and Elk. Now we're on to our Sizzlers. Now, these guys all actually have really good odds this week, and they all made big jumps up in our re-ranking for many different reasons. Now, we talk about the fact that 125 is the golden number to make it to playoffs and to lock up your card, your job for the following year. And our first Sizzler is sitting at 122. How much pressure is on Ryan Armour to have a good week?
A lot of pressure on Ryan Armour. However, the reason that we are picking him as a Sizzler this week, out of the bunch of guys that are trying to make a move, this is the sniper in the group. He's basically leads the tour in accuracy, mid-range game, perfect setup for him. This is his chance right here. He'll know it. Pressure's on him. He's been playing pretty good golf lately, and I wouldn't be surprised if he has a really good week this week.
Well, you talk about playing good golf recently. He has, coming off a missed cut, but finished 6th at the 3M Open, 5th at the Barbasol the week before. And we know that accuracy is going to be important this week, and 3rd on the whole tour in accuracy. And looking at the kind of estimated mathematical calculations, he is probably aiming for top 25 to guarantee that he's in that 125.
Yes, so we talked off air I talked to my friends, Pat Perez. How many points does he have right now? Because we think it's going to be about 450 FedEx Cup points will keep your card for next year. Mm-hmm. And he's at about 430 or something?
He has 434 points.
They're predicting roughly 450. Mm-hmm. So what's 17 little FedEx Cup points between friends to get this week, Diane? I think your mathematics is telling you he's got to have a top 25. May or may not happen because we don't know where everyone else is going to be. But I would take a guy that hits it the straightest of anyone that's playing this week as a chance to get those points.
Just as a little side note, we talk about the importance of these little points. Last year, which was a weird one because of COVID, but my brother Russell finished at 126 by 1 point. So... Yeah. He was lucky that, that it was a rollover into 2021 because of COVID, but we're like, please don't give everyone a fright like that ever again. That was stressful.
He's done his work and your brother is safe now. He's had a honest year. So he's made it. He's not in the same position he was last year.
Yeah, 473 points. He's sitting at 113. But, we were just talking about Ryan Armour at 434. Adam Scott at 437 points. So he's another one that he has to be thinking top 25 at least to get that locked in.
Yeah, you've got to prepare yourself to play a good week. You can't just say, I'm going to be top 25. You've got to hit your first shot in the fairway, have a strategy of how you're going to play this golf course. There's a lot of layup holes. There's a lot of 3 woods. You've got to curve the ball. It's very trees and hilly on the front 9. You've got to work your ball into position so you can have a shot at these corner pins. Of course, these guys all know that. It's just whether they can do it. We've seen guys absolutely scorch this course, 59 for Snedeker, 25 under, no bogeys for the week. So we know what's going to happen by the end of the week.
Okay, well, so our first Sizzler, Ryan Armour, who's 110 to 1. Same odds as our second Sizzler. And this is the one that I was big on this week. We're going with Brian Stewart, 91 in the FedEx Cup standings. So he's safe. That's not an issue, but he's playing great golf. Top 10 at the John Deere, top 10 at the 3M. And we know that accuracy is going to be important. 2nd on the whole PGA Tour. He's definitely not one of the longest hitters by any means. He's one of the shortest, but the accuracy is always spot on.
That works perfect right here. We've talked already right at the top of this list with Webb Simpsons and the Kisners of the world. Here's another guy that has almost identical game, probably hits it straighter than both those two guys. So we start to think about what is it going to take? We know the scoring. So who can do that? Who like if Bryson DeChambeau was playing this course this week, he wouldn't be on our board because he not going to lay up on every hole. He's going to try to smash it across the corner. Okay, fine. This style of player works on this style of course. This is an old course, hilly, undulating, dog-leggy, hitting balls over where you don't see where they land. You have to have a good imagination, get the ball in play.
And you were saying earlier, imagine being Brian Harman and being so high up in the 10-foot putting category, how rich you would be. Well, Brian Stewart is second on the whole PGA Tour in one putts between 10 and 15 feet. That's why he has made over 1.2 million this season.
Yeah, and he realizes that, and he knows that that's key. And when you're a good putter on tour, pretty much everyone knows that. And like, your friends come and talk to you about, hey, come watch my stroke. Or if I'm hooking the ball on the range and I got a friend who's hitting it straight, I say, come over here and tell me what I'm doing wrong. Not always trying to get their coach involved, but because, you have friends on tour that play golf with you all the time. And, I'd be hitting it terrible and I'll play with my friend. He goes, when did you change your swing? And I'm like, I didn't change it. And he said, yeah, you did. You've got to do this. And then right away, I'm back on it. So anyway, I got off track there a fraction, but imagine being a great putter. Imagine.
Right, our third Sizzler. This is someone that you really noticed last week. Finished fourth at the Barracuda. Adam Schenk is 80-1. So we're picking him as a Sizzler.
Yeah, and I'm picking him for a reason. The little course that they played out in Reno, Van Ruhan won it at like 50-something points. Well, that translates to like 25 under. Well, this pick, Schenk?
Yeah, Schenk. What a name. What a name if you're a professional golfer of all the sports.
He was basically 5 or 6 under par himself every day, 22, 21, 22, 23 under. Narrow course in Reno. He played really well. I think he was way up there in greens and reg, 80% or so. That's a high number. So I'm banking on him, Diane. Every day he's played for the last 4 days, he shot 5, 6 under. This course is going to be much the same. He's going to get tons of chances. He's going to get lots of looks. It's not like he's going to a real long, difficult course. This is going to set up to his eye or to the way he's been playing. When you're on tour and you're shooting 5 or 6 under every day, I have tour players that text me all the time. They go, Elk, what do you do when you're hitting it good, you're putting it good, chipping it good, but you just don't get anything out of it? Yeah. I normally tell them, if I'm hitting it good, I'm happy. I'm happy with myself because it feels good to hit it good. Well, Shank's hitting it good and he's scoring. He's 5, 6 under every day he's going out on tour. So that's why he's my back end Sizzler this week.
That finishing fourth at the Barracuda, no fluke, finished fourth at the John Deere Classic not that long ago as well. So some good golf from Schenk, obviously, because he's 95th in the FedEx Cup standings for the season. So our 3 Sizzlers, Ryan Armour, Brian Stewart and Adam Schenk.